En Passant is a special type of capture move for pawns only. The term En Passant is French for in passing. In chess, it means capturing one of your opponent's pawns if he sneaks it past yours by moving 2 squares. Here's how it works. In this position, suppose you just moved your white pawn to e5. Now, your opponent moves a pawn 2 squares forward to f5, landing next to you. Normally, you wouldn't be able to capture this pawn. However, in this case, you can capture the black pawn en passant by moving your pawn diagonally behind black's pawn on your very next move. You capture it as though he had moved only 1 square on his previous move. There are 2 very important rules governing en passant. Rule number 1, you can only capture en passant if your opponent moved his pawn 2 squares forward. Here is the example. In this position, if black play d5, white cannot take en passant because pawn only move 1 square. However, if black play pawn to f5, white can take pawn on f5 by using en passant. Rule number 2, you must do the en passant capture on your very next move. Here is the example. In this position, black play f5, here you can take pawn on f5 using en passant. But after white move his pawn to f4, then black play knight to c6, here now you cannot take pawn on f5 by using en passant because it's not your very next move. Here's an example of black capturing white's pawn en passant. White moves his pawn 2 squares, from d2 to d4. On his very next move, black can capture the white pawn, en passant, by moving diagonally behind the white pawn. This is a useful move when your opponent tries to sneak a pawn past yours by moving 2 squares. But remember, if you want to capture en passant, you must do so on your very next move. See you in next video about pawn promotion.